A boiling pot is a promise of supper, the assurance of 1 square meal in a day spent struggling to survive. As the sun sets in the Mao region, the lights come on and the Kipkongor camp is filled with the normal sounds of the night, of families preparing to settle for the night. But this is not life as the rest of the world knows it. The fall of darkness means different things to different people in this camp. For Joyce Chelangat, it marks the end of the first day after her baby's birth. Mother and child huddle in their tent against the rain falling outside, the new mother forced to make do with just a cup of porridge as she recovers. She tells us she gave birth with the help of her mother and the women in the camp, and in the aftermath she takes herbs in the place of medication, her 3-year-old son lying beside her as she stays up wondering what the future holds for her little family. Her wish list short. For 43-year-old Evelyn Murray, the night is a time that plunges her into loneliness and sees her clutch her youngest child a little tighter. The thought of her other 6 children and husband scattered across the province, bringing tears to her eyes.
Serikali pia nao wakaondoka. Sasa walipotoka wazee wakaenda kutafuta makibarua mahali pengine. Unasikia saa zingine anahangaika penye anaishi. Na wewe unahangaika kuna watoto. Na makibarua ambaye unapigania tena mnapigania na watu mpaka hata mwingine anaweza kuchoma na kisu.
While for the children, the sunset means another day spent out of school.
Sasa walikuwa wanafuna mahindi wakauza kidogo. Sasa wakaanza kulipa walimu. Sasa tukikucha kwako, serikali walitutoa kwako, wasasa hawana pesa ya kulipa walimu.
The struggle for survival has been made more difficult by the ejection of squatters from the Mao forest in 2008. The forest evictees, some 859 families in this camp alone, were pushed to the cut line, the boundary that marks the edge of the forest. Kipkongor is just one of 3 camps in Kuresoi where the evicted have settled, awaiting resettlement. At least 30,000 evictees remain homeless. Another 200,000 live in fear of renewed forest evictions as the government pushes on with conservation efforts.
Tulitii serikali kutoka kwa sababu tulikuwa na fikiri kuna lengo, lakini kumbe hakuna lengo. Kwa hivyo tutarudi.
For 1.5 years, those displaced from the Mao forest have camped on the very edge, awaiting resettlement. And as they wait, they say what galls them the most is that there is land everywhere as far as the eye can see, just seemingly none for them. The question of resettlement remains a murky one. In 2008, the government undertook to evict thousands of squatters from the Mao forest, the largest water tower in East Africa, in what was touted as a bid to restore it. The eviction was scheduled to take place in 5 phases, with the government specifying that only those with title deeds would be compensated. This is the problem which plagues many of the forest evictees, that they do not have the proper documents with which to stake their claim.
Mimi nilizaliwa Mao, ninaye miaka 53. Na kuna wasee wengine walizaliwa huko na watu wako na wengine wameenda. Sasa mimi naona serikali kusema tokeni kwa shamba yako ni kama amnasema toka alafu upoteze maisha. Ni kama anaua wewe.
Sasa mbona wanatutezea kweli na vile walituambia muondoke mutoke kwa Mao ndani ya forest. Na ilikuwa ni mashamba yetu.
Sometimes why the government make his decisions and sometimes fail in their decision and implementation is because in a nutshell they are just promising people things that they know they cannot achieve for political mileage and political gains.
Tens of thousands have since been kicked out, but to date, the government hasn't resettled any of their evictees. Priority has gone to those who lost their homes earlier, including those displaced by post-election violence, as well as to other people evicted from other government forests or trust land. In the stillness of the night, the men perform a dance in honor of their ancestral land before retreating to their tents, joining the rest of the world that will retire to sleep under the same sky, but not equal. Wilkister, Nyabwa, Kenyans in Kipkongor, Mao.